Hello, this is Divine Sunshine coming to you with I'll say let's do the current energy reading for today. Then I'll go into my channel message because I haven't done that and it's kind of overdue. I'm just trying a new setup because I'm going to gear up and get ready to do my Vimeo card and Vimeo videos, and if that doesn't happen, I got a plan B of how I'm going to start premiering my master's class, and also how I'm going to be able to premiere my new things called the McNasty's cards with a Kundalini twist. Every time that I have done that, for me, it has had my sacral chakra really activated, and I get really like revved up because to do something creatively. So this has really a surge of an embedding of like infused. I put that infused sacral activation in the reading of these cards. I think for my ones, just in my emails, if you're on part of my email things, I will premiere the first one, like they say, the pilot one, free. I'll give that to them free. The rest of you all, I have that link, and then you will have to be able to purchase that one to see. But I'm very excited about that. So this is why I got like a new setup with this. Okay, so I'm going to now go into card reading mode so you can kind of see the cards a little bit better. Praying that this goes. Let me not mess with anything there. Okay, I think we are. I don't want to see it collapse all of a sudden. I'm like, oh my God, it's down. And I don't want to mess with something. It's like, we got it. So you start messing with things. Okay, so I'm praying that it will keep it. I think one side of it's kind of holding it down like that. Okay, so now you see my face. You know how I look. So I'm not wanting to read this stuff. I don't want you to see my face. Nah, that don't. That don't have nothing to do with me. That don't make me feel bad at all. Okay, so now not at all. Okay, so now let's look at the overall um things. I know what I got to do. I got to watch me stamping things on the table though. This I do know. Okay. So my sides might come out looking a little kind of sloppy over here by the time I start doing things. I'll try to keep things in order. Clear. What is the overall energies that, thank you, overall energies that powers that be or the source wants us to actually deal with? Okay, so we have, well, it turned around to you. Oh, well, aren't you, isn't that special? There's no special. So then I would like reverse it so you can be able to see it. I don't know if that works. Okay, so what we have here is Raphael, okay, cleansing, and romance. Now, romance, both of these two things, I got to turn around so I can see, but that was very nice, courteous, that's a source. And my team guys said, let them see the cards first, since you got like a new setup. Well, that was nice of you. On that one, I put it right here so you can see it. Raphael cleansing. So what I see here is like the middle of this card here is definitely the green, which is the heart chakra. So that means really to me a cleansing of the heart. But in order for you to do that, I see a lot of things that they're drawing to attention, such as blue, through your communications, how you communicate verbally and non-verbally as well. Another way how you could be able to do that is also through your yellow, which is your solar plexus. How do you stand in your power of things? And then you got orange here, which is your sacral. How are you relating to others? How are you creatively manifesting things? All these things are like stirring up the waters, especially with the energies that's going on now. We have a lot of stirring of within us. I picture it all the time. I tell you all, it's like apple juice. And with the apple juice is stirring up all of that ingredients, all the good stuff, all the bad stuff, the pulp. A lot of people say, I like apple cider, but I don't want that extra stuff that goes along with that. And so this is also drawing to your attention as far as how the things that no longer serve us, how we got to bring up all these things. We're getting really shaken up from source and powers that be to make sure that this also happens. Okay, the next thing that we have here is romance. Okay, so romance here, I said I was going to stop saying that. Romance here, you got a little bit of pink here, which is that fuchsia color, which the fuchsia color right there helps you to really, it's another way of being passionate about something. It's not like a passionate, what we're talking about as far as passion, like a sexual passion, or like sexual healing is what you call it. So I can see it. Marvin Gaye, thank you. He's like, my name is Marvin Gaye, thank you. Has put, but it's more so of a passion because of God. A God like put in passion with you. So that could be like your bliss. The color fuchsia pink to me always represents your passion. And it's interesting, it's got two candles here, which will represent to be the twin flames here. And in between here, you've got God or source or power here, making everything in the atmosphere here happen. They got the color orange here. So again, how are you relating to one another? Not just in the twin flame relationship, not even just with yourself, even in the world as also. So there's layers. I see that also represented by these circles here. Just almost remind me of an onion, getting to the center of things. So you got a lot of things orbiting around you in where you are as far as in the relationship as well. Okay, so these are the things that are orbiting around. So you got these energies, okay, here. And so in doing those things, romance is also magic. So you're getting into your magician mode, especially when we're using this color orange here. All of this extra manifestation colors here. I see a little bit of purple here, a little bit of that third eye being introduced in there as well, as far, and also here with your bliss. All these things are cleansing. It wants you to cleanse the overall energies. It wants you to start cleansing things, getting things that no longer serve you. I've told you before, and I'll repeat again, that this month of May is cleaning house time. This is the time for you to really try out things, strategies, see if things work, because when June takes off, whatever thing that you really in love with, that you want to have bliss with, is going to really start to manifest things. Now, it's different for each person. Some of that bliss is actually starting off your projects or things that you want to do, things that maybe might have to pertain with self, things that might pertain with your counterpart. This letting you know right now, this week, the energies, especially we got the May 22nd new moon coming. That's also helping you to look at your shadow side and your light side as well. So it's lending itself to help you to get rid of those things with the cleansing, and then also making room for romance, things to manifest, things to magically appear and to happen. So that's what we're dealing with that. So now let's look at the energies. We're going to look at the total divine masculine package and see what's going on with him first, and then we'll go into the divine feminines. Most time I go to the divine feminines, and you all anyway, you want to know what's going on with the divine masculines anyway. So we're just going to go right on into it. Did I separate this? It looks like they're all nope and yes. Okay, I put you with the wrong deck. This is that one. These are my own decks called Know Ye Are Gods. You can go to Divine Unisouls 11.co in order for you to order your own. Our very own Jubilee 1111 has gotten them. There's another one has gotten them too. I've got several orders of friends, family members have gotten in. They said that they have really been helpful with them understanding the divine masculine energies. Something tells me we are missed here. This is not in order. Excuse me one second while I get this together, because these are, that goes with that one. This doesn't. Next time when I would do the deck, I would do it kind of differently. Maybe I could have put this in a different color, but that's all right. With that one, and then I would have been, maybe one was a lighter color, one's a dark one, and I could tell. But you could always tell also with them, because they don't have They don't have the God. These are based upon Greek gods. They don't have that on top. Clear. So in my readings, I look at it from two aspects: the 5D self, or the divine masculine, and the 3D, because of both counterparts. Because a lot of times we always are saying, well, when I go to talk to them in the 50, they one way, and then when I talk to them in 3D, they talk about kiss my ass. And so it's like, wait a second, somebody lying up in here. So, they are different aspects. We know in the 50 dimensions, go to the playground experience where we talk about the different levels, the difference between the 50 and 40 and 3D. That's in the list. I got to add some more to this, to my playground. I think I missed out on some. And it's listed right there to help you to kind of really know what is the differences between them. Clear? Got one right here. Okay. So, in the 5D version of the divine masculine, we have the card Hercules, okay? Hercules, 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 Hercules. A divine who is gaining strength through experiences in the physical plane, learning of true divinity through a test of strength. So we know with the story of Hercules, Hercules was an actual god, but one day was stolen and had to live a mortal life, although amongst the mortals, but he was actual immortal. And through these things, in order for him to become back a god again, or be a hero at that time, he had to do a lot of saving and things of that. And so from that point on, he did, it was, I forgot who the young lady was, that he was trying to fight for. And then in him doing that, she was supposed to be, I think, servant to Hades, and she was kind of tricked Hercules into doing this thing, which he did. If he gave up his power and his strength, he would be able to save her, because she was supposed to die. And I'm going off of the Hercules Walt Disney version of it. So if I'm wrong, excuse me, that's what I remember in my mind. And so then it's some truth to it, and some things they stretch. But and then she said the bargain was that she was not supposed to get hurt or harmed in the process of him doing his heroic acts. And she did. She ended up being hurt, which made in turn Hercules to get his strength back. And then he became, because of him doing that, he became a god at the same time. So this here telling you with the Hercules story here is right now the divine master is like Hercules. He's really divine, but just doesn't know it. And he's living in these situations. You divine masculine, you're living in these situations. Cause I forgot I got masculine viewers now, divine masculine. So let me talk to you. So right now you're in the energies of, you in the 3D. You kind of like Neo from the Matrix. You more so into doing a lot of things of the 3D world, less than of the physical. And through your experiences that you're having, you're learning more about yourself, divine masculine. This is strengthening you and making you become more true or divine masculine than ever before. So you got a lot of tests going on here. Again, like I said, this week represents, according to the overall energies from the powers that be in source, they say it's time to cleanse. So right now what they're doing is asking you to really, through these lessons that's coming here, to help you to understand what things served and what things no longer serve you. They want you this time, and this most of the time they say for you not to be results. Well, okay, I got a fork in the road. It goes several ways. They want you to move into the energy. Some of you all that you got to start looking at results. Some of you all are not looking at results. You're being oblivious to it. You're being oblivious to it by you not really saying, okay, my actions had caused this to result or happen in this 3D world. Now, they want you, just like I felt here, they want you to start focusing on intent. Like, why am I doing things? Not doing things haphazardly. And that's going back to linking to what was happening last week. Last week they were saying divine masculines are growing a conscious. Being consciously means you are aware, and intuitions in doing decisions. Beforehand, divine masculines were just doing things just that are unawakened. Were just doing things just to be doing things because it served their own purpose. Now they're at the point, especially with everything that's going on with the pandemics and things of that nature, they're starting to look at saying, okay, how is what I'm doing serving me as far as where I'm at in this situation? How is it able to improve things in my situation? So, this is really this time, like as a teacher, they always have us look at the students their results, look at their NWA results or their standardized test results, and then that lets us know, did they have mastery, did we teach well as a teacher? And so this is one thing that they are getting to, is for us to understand, for us to be results orientated, for us to focus on intent. Okay, as far as you're doing your work as divine masculine. In the 3D, this is showing up as clear this week. Let me finish with them because they're not going to come back out no more. So let me put this up since I got to create this room now. I would like to put the divine masculines on one side, divine feminines on the other. Okay, so this is what's going on with them in the 5D. Now when we're looking at them in the 3D, these are the cards that we're looking at. Okay, who are you? Ha 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 ha. Pull up to see. Pull up to the bumper, baby. Do 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 do. Hey. Pull up to the bumper, baby. All right, so when we got these cards here, I know I feel some of you say, oh my God, this is so much better. I miss seeing your face though, but this is much better. So right now, here you got here with our McNasty cards here. This to me is always an urge to merge. This is a bringing in of both energies, his emotional self and his divine divine master self, which would mean his analytical thing, and merging is one, is bringing both the energy. So in 3D, the divine masculine, you want the divine feminines back. Ooh, she touching his booty. All right now, baby. She got that hold on that. So that embrace there of coming together. She's got her boots that's made for walking too. So wherever her situation that she's in, if she's in a karmic situation or if she's even in a third party energies, she's ready to walk too. And he's saying, I'm ready to embrace you. Okay, so this is what the divine masculine is saying too. And every time when I see that, although that's leaves, but it looks like a crown too as well. So in order for him to have that crown, although is it leaves? Hold on a second. Or is that butterflies? I'm seeing several things. In order, like I say, no crown, no crown, no thorns. In order for him to have that, he's known now consciously that things have got to fall away. I also see butterflies in that. So butterflies also symbolize there's some transformation that has to go as far as in his thinking, in his consciousness as well. And I see this cloak of this yellow here, which to me again, yellow represents, like I did in the sunshine circle, I sent them a bonus. That's why you got to be a part of the sunshine circle, because you don't never know how yellow, the color gold yellow, means solar plex. So some kind of way he's cloaking himself in his solar plexus. His solar plexus means standing in his power, being in his true authentic self, knowing who he is. He's not playing false. He's not playing the drama queen anymore. Because we've learned from when I did it, and I probably will offer it on the Divine Unisouls 11.co for $7 if you're interested in getting that. And I talked about it and I did a presentation for the video. If you want it all together, it'd be $14 for that one. You want the video and that. How about this? It's $4. No, stay right. You said okay. $7 for that, $14 for the thing. It comes with a guide too. I did the same thing I presented. You'll have also that you could be able to look at too as well. So if you want that, that's $14. If you just want just that, that's $7. Package. So my thing is that understanding with this is this a coming together. Also with the divine masculine, what I'm seeing here as well is you really kind of at the point that you're scared. I'm gonna move these around. You haven't seen them enough. You've seen the McNasty cards there. So to me, when I see this, it's like I want to come towards you, but I'm timid. This is what's going on right here. So, you know, divine feminine, some of you all might be able to kind of feel your divine masculine in there, but a lot of times some of you all say, I can't feel him, because right now you're looking at the window of your soul. You're so busy trying to do the work, trying to get some things together. You're looking hopeful. You're wishing upon a star about this union thing, but you don't know that your divine masculine is like this close. Like he's like right, like he's like literally saying, I'm with you. You know, you're not alone. I'm with you. And so he's like, I'm like literally this close. If you would not be so out of it, I'm touching you right now, literally in the spirit. And so that's that one. With that, the next one is we got justice. So right now in his emotions, he's trying to weigh some things, but there's some uncertainty here. How do I know the uncertainty? Because I'm looking at how her feet are going, and most of the time when people have that, they have uncertainty. But he's got the sword of truth, but he's got this snake here, which lets me know two things. Something is tying his hands, that he can't be able to do things like he wants to, but at the same time, he's got to shed that as well. He's got these two things here. There's a balancing, which to me also is a balancing of the scales, being able to weight the fruits of his labor. When I look at that, I look at it saying, you know, okay, as I'm looking at the things that I have planted, you know, the seeds that I planted, should I stick with the devil that I know? And this is something that I planted, that I had created in this situation by being in this third party or this karmic situation, or should I go ahead and go with this new seed, with this new crop, which I'm not familiarized. So we're balancing out both of those two. The next thing that I have here is, again, in this mind, the divine masculine, what I'm picking up is saying, again, if I do pour my heart out in this card, I don't know if the divine feminine is going to accept me. I don't. I feel like I'm pushing, and she's going to be like, well, no, I don't know. Is this a good time right now? Oh, no, I don't know, because, you know, you heard me last time, so I don't know whether to do that. So, again, that goes back to what I told the divine feminist. You got to get to the point that you're actually trusting in the process, trusting that the divine masculine is coming different. He's not coming the same way, and that is it's beauty there. I see it's blossoming in the flower right there. But you've got to trust. This is the Eight of Chalices here. I'm sorry, I did not name what that one. This was the Two of Pentacles and King of Wands. Please understand, if you're new to this channel, I do not go by the traditional tarot. I go by what the pictures and the illustrations speak to me. And I take it from there. And with my channel messages that I get from my guide as well, those two things help me to be able to, like I say, I'm highly empathic, and I am a teacher, and also to be able to teach and see through the energies is about how you can like go through the relationships of being able to relate with yourself and also with your divine counterpart. So I don't do that. Okay, if you come for a show here on my channel to see traditional tarot, you're not going to see that. Okay, so now moving on, next thing. But then at the end of the day, what he wants to do is he wants to really, the divine masculine wants to peel the layers from you. I'm going on my thing, but that's all right. Peel the layers from you as well. It's like really he wants you to become vulnerable. We know as this divine feminine, some of us is having a hard time doing that with the Five of Swords that's represented here. You know, you want to play, you want to tease them a little bit, but to me, it's like I'm on the show so much. You got the sword still there too with the snake. Again, something has got to be molted. Something is still kind of still there. You know, I think of like the snake to me is like some ego. You know, because that's a lot of times like ego protection. I think about the Garden of Eden, and when the snake has told him, you know, you naked, you know, telling him everything. And when God came up on the scene and said, what the hell, what happened here? Who told y'all was naked? So I didn't tell you this. Who told you that? Oh, the snake did? Okay, I got this from now. The snake vanished from here. You vanished from here. You vanished from here. And from now, you know, he just went on and told him. And I'm said, everybody, I told you was all right where it was. I told you what it is, the true nature of things. But then you're going to add this extra layer on to it and see it from the 3D perspective. I was giving you the 5D perspective, and as my divine master say, the 5D perspective and spirit is more truth than it is in the 3D. But you didn't got your mind turned around thinking that this 3D stuff is the truth, and it's not. So that's kind of like, I think in my ramble there, that's what I say the sword is like with the when I see the snake now, is you basing it upon the 3D, the physical truth, but that's not the actual truth. When I see it's also being depicted there. Okay, so now let's look and see what are, this is going to be a long one, people, so just letting you know that. So get your popcorn or whatever like that. I'm going to try to end him on 30 if I can. Okay, so I skipped around. Clear. What is the shadow? What is it the divine masculine is dealing with? He don't like the heart of the matter cards anyway. I know what you did. You skipped my mind. You know I like the heart of the matter. You know, I don't like them damn cards. All that flowers and candy and crap. That ain't me. I was like, okie dokie. All right. I've been to get them other cards out on you. Get them sensual wiccas. That one. He said, okay, that's better. I can go for that one. I'm gonna get these out since you said we got a nice meeting of the minds there. Okay, so now the things that he's dealing with is triumph of lies, queen of my world, calling the storm. These, okay. So here, when we're talking about this one, queen of triumph of lies, right now wherever he is, he's trying on a lot of personas and a lot of identities, and it's stopping him from really truly coming his divinities, and he's really dead exactly where he is at this point. Next thing is queen of my world, whoever it is, this divine feminine or a divine feminine karmic, or this a feminine in general, is really ruling his world. I'm picking up when I'm reading this, it's saying like the mother could be on him and just giving him the business. The karmic could be giving him the business. And the divine feminine, he said, throw her in there too. You giving the business because you saying, I'm not gonna get caught up in this stuff no more with you, divine masculine. And I'm sorry you feel like you were left out in cold, because I see this all here emotionally. In some ways, in turn, it makes him to reflect back up in this thing, like, well, damn everybody. F you then, in some ways emotionally, although he doesn't feel that, it's some of them that are. They say, no, stop lying. It's some of the divine masters are in that kind of mode still. There's some of them that's saying this as a tantrum, well, you did that, then I do this back. To me, when they start doing that, that to me is a true sign you're not ready. like Tiffany has said, she ready? No, you ain't ready, so stop the line. You're not ready. You're not ready yet. If you still in that tit for tat kind of mode, you're not ready. Next thing is also he don't want anybody knowing the shadows, but he's calling the storm. He's like, I'm calling for this shakeup. This looks just like an inside of a glass of apple cider to me, that's been shaken up, and all that sediments that's been at the bottom, just stirring it up. He's using natural resources to do it. He's not looking to me when I see this. He's not using anything on the outside to help him to defend himself while he's in this calling the storm thing. And he's saying, while I'm in this situation, I'm just trying to be peaceful. I'm trying to be peaceful among thorns with everything. I got to take my water pill. I see water coming through me. Peaceful. All this stuff is coming at me, divine feminine. You just don't know. And I'm just really trying to find myself to be centered and to be peace with everything that's coming from me. Financial issues is coming to me. Family issues coming to me. Being with this partnership with this karmic is coming to me. These downloads from the divine is coming to me. I ain't understanding that either. And then also just me, my conscious mind, what's happening in the physical. And then I got my friends that's messing with me as well. And these things just ain't going right. So he's got a lot of things that's coming to him as well while he's in this mode. Okay, he said, leave them alone. Let me see the heart of the matter with these. Y'all getting really a sneak peek. I must really like y'all. I must really like y'all. This is another thing that's going to be featured in the McNasty thing. Clear. Y'all seen it here first. So this is how some of the McNasty readings is going to be kind of. So I'm kind of almost premiering it now. That's so nice of me. What's going on with your heart? Divine masculine. Okay, so he wants to take the fool's journey. He don't know where he's going. I see the cat there, which means he's being very flexible in where he's going as well. Somebody else said something about cats. I can't remember, because to me, cats is a whole different thing. Cat represents, if they're black cats, it's about your you're very superstitious about your thinking. You think a certain way all of the time. But in this fool's journey, he's got some things. It's like some things I packed with me, which I want to go with me emotionally, and he's got some knowledge because he's got a book, which is good. But it seems like there's some mountains back there. He's leaving the home. So this is really like leaving everything that no longer serves. But it's interesting as you got bats here. So bats to me on here, like you could be that insanity, batty, leaving those insanity things that no longer serve you, that insanity. So really right now, in the heart of the matter, divine man say, I want to leave that insanity. I want to leave this home, place I know home, all these challenges that came along. This cat looked kind of black. So this superstitious kind of thinking I got here. I got this book here, which is this knowledge, which looks kind of old. But something about these say the knowledge that I've gained, I'll take with me. Some things work and serve with me. And then I got this whatever. What most time when people going on journeys, they usually take just the precious things that they need, the necessities, of that. Okay, so the next card we have here is the magician. He's in, I told you, the romance. So you're divine masculine. You're in that mode for you to be able to do that. That's Pentacles, which means you're in you got a lot. You got your wands there, which means he's using all aspects. He's got his wands there, which is action. He's using the mind, which is also could be also conflict, but using the mind also for truth. Because when I see the sword up above a person's head, that lets me know they stand in their truth, but they mean business. But I also see the snake underneath here too as well. So that means you got to kind of watch it as well. You got to transform some things as well, but and mold some things. But again, that's that ego again underneath that thing. Finding shelter. So to me, it's like you got to find ways to kind of house that ego too, because the ego is good, but then ego is there to protect, just like a cobra as well. And he's got the pentacles, which is the 3D. So he's moving all these extra energies to make sure that these things, because this is what Stonehenge, which is different, like magically. Everybody want to know how the heck they got them stones in that kind of position, the way they did. And it's supposed to be, on the grid that has a lot of energies right in that area. So that's what he's dealing with. We also got the high priestess out here too as well. High priestess, she has a cat as well. So learning, into your, again, flexibility. She's got also a book here too. So again, he's getting into his emotions. So this is in his thinking. He's like, I'm going to use all my resources that I had to make sure that I can manifest this. In his high priestess, to me, this represents in the emotions, the spirituality. He's looking at the light. He's looking at the dark of things. He's also getting vulnerable. On both sides, he's vulnerable. He even ain't got no clothes underneath there. So he's like, I'm really the only thing that's covering again is the sacral, but the solar plexus is exposed. So you still got to work on that sacral, how he relates to others, how he's creatively manifesting things. The divine feminine is saying the same thing too. She's covering up her sacral. She's even all the way down to her root as well. The divine master is not that. So that means, again, in his emotions, the divine feminine, this goes two ways. Then the divine feminine energies here, you got to work on the sacral and the root chakra, okay? But whatever it is, these things still go back to the heart, because the dress she has on is green. So again, you got to handle matters of the heart of what things you're rooted in. You got to handle the matters of the heart of what things that you are trying to manifest and how you relate to other people. You got a book there that's open, which is good. It's not a closed book. It's an open book. Now that's interesting. That brings me back to this. This closed book here to me represents like a chapter closed. Okay, that just came to me on that one. Okay, this one has an open book, which lets you know that he's opening up in the emotions, a new chapter. You got the crow above, which to me is stinking thinking. That's negative thinking. And also in this spirituality, you're using all the tools and the resources that you have, some actions this cup of love. That's interesting. Now, the only thing in his thinking is missing is cup of love. There. Oh, there go the cup. I'm sorry. He's got everything. And the cup of love as well. So he's using all of the resources. As in the high priestess, using all of the resources too. So really, in with both of them, you're in your highest power. He's leveling up in the divine masculine energy and the divine feminine energy. And so part of me wants to say, and the guys are saying that's due to the divine feminine powering up. So he's got to level his stuff up too as well. Sitting. He's standing in his power. She's sitting. It's like, I've been there. I'm comfortable where I'm at. You standing in it. It's like really of that stance of like really of battle. That's under, I see it say, La Bataille right here. And that's interesting. That came off of here to me when I see it. It might not mean that, but when I read it, it said the battle. Okay? All right. So that's interesting. He's in battle stance, and she's standing in her power where she is. We got the Ace of Pentacles, which here is the bear. So to me, really, what bears is, they come with that brutal force. They also are nurturing too. And so it's just like, one powerful blow, like bam, that's it. So some kind of way the divine masculine is going to create some powerful blow that's going to happen and occur in the 3D. I don't know what it is, how it's going to be. With that, Spirit say that's not for me to determine nor to tell you what it is. Let Spirit have that, because you all will be expecting that to happen. And if it don't occur that way, then your expectations messes up the whole thing. But just know that the divine masculine at this point is ready in the 3D to manifest a powerful blow. He looks angry. He looks like he's ready to say, y'all kiss my ass all up in this situation here. I'm ready to go. That might hurt some feelings. That might be people say, oh, I got to clutch the pearls on that one. What the hell? Did he just tell us that he could kiss our ass? Oh, no. So that's what's going on with that. And so then also the Pentacles here is him really being able, the Two of Pentacles, to me, which is to me being able to balance these material things like the money, really get it together. I see a lot of people, I see a couple of people with their hands folded. Some of them ain't gonna believe he can be able to do this. Some of them is there to see what the hell what he about to do. Some of them is really like, okay, I'm here to defend or to battle. Like, to me, he's looking like he's saying, I got you. If you can't do this, then I'll be here to help to battle you. This masculine, maybe he got some kind of friend that's like this. But you got some naysayers in your crowd there. So that's why I say you got to watch the crowd that you're running with. He's going to try to juggle it. This Two of Pentacles is juggling. I'm going to try to juggle this stuff. He's juggling some things. People are looking at him. So whatever it is that the mask is off, and they really looking at him for whatever he is bringing to the table now. And he's trying to juggle it. To me, he looks like he's in that page energy. He's not really like very mature about this still, but he's getting there. Okay. The next thing, leave him alone. He said he don't want to deal with that no more. Okay. I want to do this two separate ones. I might have to do it two separate. Clear. I don't like to do that. Spirit said I can't do it because you all got to learn that the energies are the same. So walk through just be with it. What things have to change for the divine masculine? Decisions. We all say, what? All in one. 1, 2, 3. Duh. Who don't know that? That's right. He's got to change the decisions, the way in which he's going about doing some things. He's got to get real grounded and rooted in the heart chakra. You do divine masculine. You also have got to, in your solar plex, you've got to get grounded in that. That's the center of it all, standing in your power. From that point on, it blossoms them out. It looks like to me, it's telling me, Spirit said, I can take it from there. But you also got to transform your sacral. Your sacral has to go through that transformation of understanding how you relate to others. It's how it's kind of bringing it back to you about that results, about things in the 3D. And also, I see the color, his eyes are very big, this butterfly. So you got to take a wide scope of some things. And that's what they say about the focus and intent. Power to surrender. Clear. Ooh. I don't know why I put that back in there when I know I need these cards for the divine feminine. You got to get rid of some resentments. Okay, Divine Masculine, you have some resentments that's going on. You are resenting about you being in this situation. You are resenting that in some ways the Divine Feminine had deserted you or had abandoned you or didn't kind of stay somewhere. You are resenting the mother. You're resenting the interference. You're resenting that you don't have enough money. You're resenting, you say, okay, that's enough, but you're resenting. Okay? Do that a little better. You are resenting. And you got to stop that. Okay? All right. So this is what you're resenting. Holding on resentments only poison you. Try to figure others for their shortcomings and keep moving forward toward positive situations in your life. So even if you're in a third party situation, those things like that. Oh, I didn't bring that out. Okay. Yes, it did. It's over here. I forgot the new setup. Okay, what energy is spirit? Okay, I can put that in the middle. I hope I remember. What, clear. What energies is the source moving you towards? That's a lot. Say I know, but still take it. Okay, you didn't hear it buzz over here. You're moving into the Pentacles. Again, learning how to meet, to juggle, and to balance that. Six of Pentacles, you know, in order for you to juggle, that takes a lot of great focus, skill, balancing acts to be able to, in a rhythm of things, understanding the flow of things for you all to be able to do that. You feeling right now, you got the next one, which is the Knight of Swords. That means you got a strategy. You ain't in king thing, the understanding that you owning it, like, I got this. But you in the point that you saying, you know what, I got to take some kind of dang form of actions. And you seeing the negative thinking is kind of still there because you got this crow here. But you're still willing to go on ahead and do that. And I see the hood here, which to me is like cloak, a little bit in deceit there about some things. But you're saying, I'm on at least try it. You again in this Pentacles here, you have here, which is Page of Pentacles. A lot of page energy. We just kind of building here, okay? In this page here, you're moving into learning how to balance. You still got the hood. You're still in deceit about some things. You know, in order for you to be able to get something or begin something, you got to get rid of that thing. You got to stand more in the power of integrity, Divine Masculine. So you're also being centered in where you are. You're getting some new knowledge. So to me, you're seeing the forest beyond the trees as well. Something about your work situation is got to change as well. The way you work, the way how you be in the 3D world, a lot of 3D energies that they're saying about this, helping you to understand, to me, to be able to have peace. Maybe your diet might even change too. You might even find yourself journaling a little bit more. This is what I'm seeing here. Growing things, how you growing things, hand as well. It looks like to me, I see moon cycles. So the moon cycles is going to really be affecting you, Divine Masculine, emotionally a little bit more than the usual. Okay, so you can be able to go into these different spans. But something about your work ethic, how you do things emotionally, how you handle things, and how you sit in your power of things is going to change for you, Divine Masculine. Okay, so that is the Divine Masculine thing. Let's go on to the Divine Feminine. Clock this is 4310. 4310. Remember, this has two readings in one. Okay, and I do in-depth stuff. I don't do just the kind of squishy going through it and you don't kind of really understand what's actually going on. Okay, so for the Divine Feminine, these came out. What is the energies that you will be working with this week? Okay, for the Divine Feminine, you have Yamwe, the goddess of all that flows. Yamoye? Okay, I know that April tells me this is the one that usually works with me. I am an ocean of creative energy. I give birth to what exists within me. That helps you with that romance. This romance is talking about manifesting and becoming a magician. And you got Sophia, the poetess. I love every inch of my body, and I love the woman in my life fiercely. Okay? this is also these two helping you to be able, when you're cleansing and getting rid of these things, these energies, that the overall energies that the spirit and source is saying about that, you're going to be able to move with that flow. In order for you to have that flow, you got to get rid of those obstacles, those things that no longer serve. Let me scoot this all the way over so you can be able to see it, because I can't put it right there, so you can be able to see. So you are going to move into that energy of understanding. Maybe say I could kind of, I don't want to start nothing. Nope. I knew it as soon as it did that. Okay. So let me, it's called Leave It Alone. Okay. So now, you can see that half. How about I switch, because you belong over here anyway. Hold on 1 second. Take all these little chords, bunch you into one little thing, slide you over. Okay, now we can continue on. So now, with the cards here, we have now her with the creativity. In order for you to have creativity, you got to get rid of those obstacles, especially for you to be able to have that flow. That's why it's important, divine feminines, that you cleanse, and so you can be able to give birth to something new. Also, with this energy that you have here, loving every inch of your body. The romance of it. To me, when I pick up the romance and how it influences you, divine feminine, is really practicing that self-love. That self-love is going to give way to you being able to produce, to be able to be creative also in your life. And then really through this process right now where you are, divine feminines, you're at the point that you're saying, I'm just loving the skin that I'm in. I love who I am. I love who is actually showing up. And so this is what's helping you right now at this point. This is the energies that you are also resonating and you're working with. Okay, next thing we have what's happening in the 3D. So that was your 5D, higher self. This is what's being sent to you, helping you to creatively go through the flow, cleansing those things that no longer serve, you being happy with the body and the skin that you're in, and you becoming this fierce woman right now that you like, I'm really loving who I am. Clear through this creative things that's manifesting, this romance of self-love. Okay, so now let's look and see what is happening with the divine feminine. These two speak to me. I say 3 because it's like this one. What's happening with the divine feminine in the 3D? Interesting. Okay. So the Queen of Swords. Okay. Queen of Swords 4712. So that's like the birthday into divine order. You gotta watch it. I see a fan. Anytime I see a fan here, we fanning the flames of coming into some falseness here in the 3D. Now you loving the skin you're in, and you saying you're fierce, but some way in the 3D where it's coming off, where we ain't so fully sold about that. Why? Because we're looking at the divine masculine. Look like to him in the divine masculine power, look like he's pretty much standing his power. He got everything going on in 3D. We don't know what the heck going on, but this is the illusion that we buying into. Look like he got it going on with the bag of chips. He ain't paying attention to me. Some of us is over putting on show as far as this body and like each other. Something like making my breast. Had to do something about how we nurturing things and not thinking. That's why it's itching. Is not right. And so we're over, doing playing it. It's almost like, I wouldn't be surprised if the one cards came from underneath the stars. We got to watch how we're presenting to others, that we might be overplaying, overzealous in the ego as well. Some of us feel like we're being a pin cushion right where we are. Queen of Swords is the swords action. Is a conflict in thinking. You think it one way and this way, another way. You feel like you and your queen, you owning territories and things like that, but you've got to watch it. Some of us are still looking at the divine masculine and the way we're viewing them in their illusion, in their powers, to kind of dictate to where we are. This is what I'm picking up. And I see a bell here. Is that bell there? It's not like a ringing of a bell. You got this one light here, candle. Like, you just holding on to that. But I see this green curtain here, which lets us know that you got to work on that heart chakra and removing some of those things that's still blocking you. Moving on to the 10 of Pentacles here. right here in the 3D. You and the divine masculine are not on the same level, but what he is doing is in the 10 of Pentacles here, which is starting back all over again, he is really admiring you for what you are, the fruits of your labor. It's like, you know, I'm bringing this, I'm okay, I'm vulnerable, I'm exposing myself, I'm being I'm being vulnerable as well, and I'm enjoying where I am. And the divine masculine is just looking at you and just kind of like really marveling and admiring you for where you are. It's like you going through all this and where I treated you, and you still coming out smelling like a rose. The next one we have here again is we got this. Do you see this? I'm sorry, I did not show that to you. Okay, and I don't think I showed you this one too. I did show you this one. That one looks okay. So that's where I'm coming from with this one. The next one we have here, this looks like some third party energies of some karmic situations here as well. The divine masculine, in some of you all's think here, King of Swords, you can tell that he's conflicted, and his confliction and not knowing where he is right now is in this moment is making you feel like you're subservient. That's why I say we gotta watch this energy. I'm surprised this is coming up here as powerful as we portraying to be collectively as women. We're still looking at the divine masculine to lead the way with what delusional or illusional things that's going on that's really not, like my divine masculine say, that is not really the real. The divine, what's going on in the 3D is not the real thing that's going on. What's going on in the spiritual in the 5D is the actual thing as well. So you can't go by that. But whatever it is, you're being watched. Your interaction with it, that's interesting. He got, is that his foot blocking? That's interesting that his foot, and then I was talking about my breast is itching. I'm sorry, I'm like, what's going on? It is, it's itching. My breast is itching. How he's nurturing things. When I see two breasts there, that means how you're nurturing yourself and how you're nurturing others. So he's got that one breast that he's saying, you know, I still need you, that connection. He still needs you to nurture him. Although he's acting like, I don't need you, I'm in my power right now. Which he's not in his power here. The truth is right there. The sword there's two, and I see the snake there. So we gotta watch that ego. That ego is kind of telling what the truth is, again, that delusional from that spin. But whatever it is that you got here, this person on the outside is viewing and seeing what's going on here between what's transpiring between you and the divine masculine. Now this, I don't know why I'm picking up, this could be like a mother figure too as well, seeing how things is going on between you and transpiring between you and divine masculine. It could be the mother figure for the divine masculine in this, watching and seeing what the heck going on, because wherever it is, she's disgusted. She don't like what she's seeing there. Them eyes, them things are scrawled, they together. She's scowling, as they said, together at this. Like, I'm just doing my work. Like, what the hell? You know, she's like, I was just cleaning. Not really happy about this connection going together. And that could be for the divine masculine, and it could go also for the divine feminine. Whoever it is, this is supposed to be a very mature figure that is looking and watching what's transpired between you and the other one, and you divine feminine. So you know who that kind of might be as well. They're not too happy about that. The next thing here we have here is I'll put that over there. And they need the clarifiers. You can stay right there. Okay, I can use heart clear for the divine feminine, but the divine masculine does not. Every time I go grab them out there, what the hell you about to do? Like what? You about to grab them daggone heart ones? Yeah, I kind of was. I wish that you wouldn't. I'm like, okay, clear. I don't come from that. That kind of almost maybe shows them too about the heart. Some of them, not every masculine, but that's an issue about that stuff. Like, I don't do all that That's girly stuff. That's y'all like that energy and all that stuff like that. So anyway, past life relationships. You have known each other before. They corrected me. Then somebody else stepped up. This one got glass and said, no, it's not that we don't. He said, because the way you use the heart thing is more of a romantic or romance from a 3D perspective, like old black and white movies or back there in the day, and you watch like Humphrey and Bogart. It's based upon that to them. And so that's why it's like, no, they don't speak to us because we don't speak. We're not at that level, like a dogma of how love and romance is supposed to be. Okay, gotcha. Thank you. You going back to the fold with you and your glasses. Thank you. All right, so now, for the divine feminine here, we have past life relationships. You have known each other before. Like, duh, we know. So in the divine feminines of past things, this thing's about the relationship that has happened before, in regards to the divine masculine, or even from parent as well. The experiences that we had there, that's playing a very big part. That's what just came to me with that. So we talk about past life, or even relationships with just people that was either soulmates or catalysts or whatever it is, that they're not the main ones, has played a very big part. That's interesting. They keep on showing me Stonehenge. I got to look up what the stone, if anybody know that, write that down in the comment section. Stonehenge just came up twice already in these readings. What is, I know it's a grid. I know, especially for you to be able to get these informations. I know also they were supposed to have some kind of meeting at Stonehenge. I can't get away from that. What's happening with Stone? It was supposed to be, but they said they had to cancel it because of the COVID-19. Not my mail. Yeah, that. Here's, I was in the right one. Okay, well, get out of that because I don't want that. Yeah, what's Stonehenge? What is that? Stonehenge. What Stonehenge? Stone. ST. Sometimes this thing don't move fast enough. Stonehenge. Henge celebration. Stonehenge celestial alignments. Stonehenge the direction summer solstice. These two directions, summer solstice sunrise and winter solstice sunset, make up the primary alignment of Stonehenge. Stonehenge laterals 5110 celestial. Something about that made. I like this here, right here. This astronomical. What is this? It's a tour to where there's a sunrise over. Okay, I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna look at this. It's something with this, and I know somebody. Oh, I see 111, and I'm on 44%. I don't know if you can see that. You see my dogs there. 111, 44%. Wow. It means something. It means something. Okay. And so you know that it's time to go. Whatever it is with these past lives here, divine feminine, it came out the divine masculine and it came out the divine feminine thing. It is time for you to go. Whatever this lingering on, you doing too. He resentment, you doing the same thing. You holding on, and it's time for wherever you are to let those things go. Okay. Next thing, what are you hiding? What's your shadows? Clear. I won't cry for you. That's true. A lot of you all there, you probably exhibiting this here, saying, oh no, I ain't worried about him. That's like that false person here. You saying about the whole situation. You haven't cried. You haven't purged over it. You keep on holding a very stone face about things, since we talk about stones. In this, and you really, some of you all, you done cried so much really internally that you would be shedding tears like Jesus. at the end here. You know, some of you all is just like they said in the Garden of Gethsemane. You want them to say, hurry up and do it, and hurry to do it quickly. If it's going to be working in my favor, then do it. If it's not going to be working in my favor, hurry up so I can go ahead and live my life, okay? Also, some of you here that you're hiding here is the child I was meant to be. Some you are saying that it's some promises, some things that you came up with as a child. These things are not playing out like you had thought it was. This is not the life that you thought that you would have, or you've been read in fairy tale books, Cinderella, whatever like that, that this thing would end the way that it did. As far as things growing too, emotionally for you, there's some things that you've got to really kind of visit. And that's why it's talking about this past, but I'm thinking I'm picking up this past life is going to help you to be able to move forward too, by you really taking introspection and cleansing, going back to this cleansing energy right here, cleansing what needs to be. That so you can really be able to manifest and have this true romance. Grief work, interesting. I'm talking and that came out. Grief work. You got to let go of what could have been, what should have been, what. That same thing with me. You know, I'm gonna set on a couple of things. I'm in my masculine energy. I'm the same thing. I feel like, ooh, I got some resentment about some things. I think that maybe it couldn't, should have went the way it did, and I've got to learn how to kind of be able to kind of let that go. So that's my grief work. I got to mourn for myself, my feminine self, and I've got to mourn for the divine masculine self too, as well within me. That's why the Spirit said, nope, I can't allow it. Sometimes I'll be saying, I want to break it up into two, and they say, nope. They got to see both of them together, because both of these energies, they integrate, they intermingle, they come together. There's no separation of the two. So again, in your passion, to me, say once you have that grief work, I see this pink fuchsia color coming back in again. You will be able to, and red, you will be able to fuel your passion, your bliss. That bliss comes from God. That bliss that you had, that's not something that anybody on the outside can give you. That bliss and that feeling about you doing things like I do reading, I feel that bliss afterwards. I'm happy that I'm to serve and to be able to be used as an instrument and a tool for source and God. So that's something that God gives me. That's not something somebody on the outside gives me that. That's what they're saying. We got to stop that divine feminines. Also, I see the color red semi there kind of mixed in with this fuchsia color. And that's, you know, I got to get grounded and rooted after I get this root work done, getting and clearing out, and so I can be able to manifest. That's when the true living can begin. What things do I need to surrender? Clear. I have to surrender to rest and sleep. To prevent burnout, slow down, honor your need for quiet time and peaceful sleep to rejuvenate your mind, body, and spirit. This is true. I find that. So like after I do this reading here, after a certain time like this, I'm not looking at or doing anything. After that time, that becomes mine. I try to establish that after 7 o'clock is my time, you know, because I get up early with the kids. I teach from 8. I get up early, say my meditation and stuff like that, and I teach from 8 into 10, and then I do whatever kind of work that I have to do, which really extra 2 more hours on top of that. And then if I have time to play around, I do this, and then I go cook, and then that's my time from my point on. Once I do my cooking for myself and my mom and family, then it's a wrap after that. I'm not doing any old thing unless Spirit tells me to do that. So we got to learn how to be able to do that. A lot of us, and we found out from our Sunshine Circle, a lot of us say we ain't able to do that. Thank God I've moved into that. My divine masculine triggered me into learning that, to be able to rest. He's like, you know, you put on this X, Y, and Z. I don't see no you time in it. And I remember somebody, my my mentor had told me, you keep doing that shows to your divine masculine you have no time for them. I forgot to say that in the Sunshine Circle. You have no time for them. You've got to learn how to put it. And that's a lot of the times, that's why the divine masculine be talking about, like, you know, go sit down. You're doing too much. You all over the place. Where I come in, relax. Because they're looking, divine masculines are looking, and they're taking accountability into this, and they're saying, oh my God, she's got this, you know, because it was once upon a time I had a whole lot of other things. The sorority I had. On top of that, I had The school, I was doing after school. I was doing things, doing this on top of that and that. And, you know, and I had family. My dad, he was sick. Had all this stuff. And I could see the divine masculine saying, like, well, you had time for me. And so that's what caused him, me swerving all these things in there. He's seen from that point, she doesn't have no time for me. And so he went on ahead and went to the karmic situation. However, he didn't even in his looking see that, you know, you played a part in that too. I was keeping myself busy until you made the decision that you truly wanted to come this way. So it went two ways, but, you know, it depends on what side of the mirror you're looking at. That's what they're bringing it to me. So, you know, you don't see that some of that stuff is reflected back to you. So again, surrender to prayer. Give yourself over completely to your prayer. When you pray for your heart, from your heart, you will be heard throughout the universe, and answers and support will arrive. So go back to praying. Some of you all have given that up. Some of you all have gotten so like, that's so religious, that's so dogmatic about the praying thing. But again, prayer, the only thing prayer is like you putting your order in at McDonald's. You putting it into the source and letting you know, listen here, I want this filet of fish meal. I want the number 7 filet of fish meal. My drink is a sweet tea, and upgrade the fries to large. When you go down around the corner in your car, you expect to pick it up. That's all you're doing is just telling the source. A lot of times, again, you got to remember, source already knows what you want. Source already knows what it needs in order to get those things for you. All you're doing is being able to hear it, and source saying, oh, you in alignment. Oh, that's what they want. We thought that's what she wanted, but we wanted to make sure that that's what she wanted. It's a confirmation. It's like they say, can I repeat your order? And you ask and repeat my order. Okay, you want a number 7, you want a filet of fish meal with a sweet tea, upgrade the fries to large. Did we get your order right? Yes. And then you drive around. That's the same thing what prayer does. Prayers is in the same order. They already know they got the stuff and equipment back there, but they want to make sure, and they don't want to be making something that don't. And sometimes, again, when you're praying, if you're scared that what you ordered in might not be right, then also put that for this or something better. Okay, but at the same time, we cannot think about one person just scared to write it down or scared to say it. It's like, to me, when you're doing that, it's like in some ways you kind of scared to even to affirm. It's like, I'm even scared to even hear myself say it. That's what I want. That's what I hear when every time I hear this person says this. I say, are you doing this scared to affirm? That's what you want. You got to put something out there in the universe for it to be able to reverberate back to you, like you speaking in the cannon for it to echo back to you. If you're not doing that, I didn't know what you want. If you scared to write down something and then you scared to even say it. Anyway, moving on. I love you though. Yeah, I know this person knows exactly who I'm talking to. Clear. Makes no sense to me. I'm sorry. But I thought that was a fine time for me to address what I've been thinking all along. Okay. Moving on. They're like, what the hell? She just going, ooh, beautiful. So the universe is pushing the divine feminine into this 2 of Cups things, really making light. It goes 2 ways, with the dark and shadow of herself, and really also coming together with the dark and shadow of her divine counterpart. They have it. Being okay with it. You know, I see the darkness that you bring. I see your faults. I see your things. And I still want to integrate and marry and blend those energies from that, and from that pour out pure unconditional love from that. Also the Ace of Cups. She gets into the energies and understand, guess what? Nobody else brings this cup to me. I am my own cup. Now, I don't even need to go on to that. It's like, that's good. It was good. You brought it to me. I felt like that was just something within the higher self. It's like the higher self brought that in. Said, I am my own cup. With that. That's where we're moving into. No more looky at the divine masculine. Does mean when I look at this, to me, this also represents looking at something that's got like a screen or a mirror. So you looking on Facebook or whatever like this, and you looking at the way he presented himself here. This is lies as well. Okay, going back to this. What is the message? What time is it? Yeah. I did y'all. Okay. All right then. Clear. All right, what's the divine masculine? Okay, slid to this side. You see how I slid there? That's divine masculine. And what does the divine feminine? Woo! It went on the god dog. You see these flyers? They just are flying. Man, they like they both of it. I see divine feminine. Oh, you got something to say? Oh, he's like, okay, you throwing, I'm throwing. Divine feminine, divine masculine wants to say, since he threw it in first, love endures. Love endures. Love does not give up or lose faith. Love is hopeful and withstands every situation. I told you all before that. You've got to wait. I look at my other challenge message that I had about my mom and how she had to wait 5 years for my dad. They had separation. Look at that. I'm not going to rehash this because this went on long enough. Spirit told me 110 anyway with this one. So love is hopeful and withstands every situation. If you really are practicing Corinthians 14, 7 or something, I might be off on that. I didn't profess to be that preacher, know my thing, but the Corinthians thing, and you understanding that it endures. This is not a journey that's for the faint of heart. Okay, this is really a journey of really knowing what you love, your heart, how much it can withstand, how long the distance that you can go. Truly understanding. But again, if you heard what I talked about my mom, you'll see again, like Janet Jackson said, it'll be worth the wait. Okay. Do something for someone else. Give your attention to someone else. He's saying stop doing this, just looking at him. This here too is giving the wrong attention as well. Here, stop being up in that mode as well. And he's saying just give your attention like to the things that need you, that need to be nurturing, like the animals, new beginnings, being sweet, being nurturing, the deer, and working. The squirrel means to work, and the rat. All these kind of creature features around you need your attentions right now. He said, go ahead and do that. I seen somebody, who was that? Oh my God. And I want to give them credence too. I want to talk about that too in the channel message that said, going ahead and do you. I think there's that Bahati life. She might have said that. Going ahead and do you. And the divine is either with the Bahati life or Erica Hippie Tarot. She's back. Hi, love bugs. I just love you. So she's back. I feel like I'm going full circle now, because at the beginning of my tarot journey of coming on YouTube, she was hot then, and she was one of the ones that I always used to make fun of. I'll start off with that. Understanding that she's saying, go ahead and do you. Wherever you are, your divine masculine, I think it's Bahati life, will be able to find you. Just go ahead and do you. It don't matter what walk it is. And that is true. The same thing I could go on of talking about my parents, my dad and my mom, how they didn't keep in touch. They ain't had no cell phones and no pages back then. They had just a regular phone. And a lot of times mom would see him at different places and they would just intersect. It's like, what you doing here? What you doing here? I told him, I said, y'all higher self say it's time for y'all to come together. Y'all got to kind of tap each other's energies so you all can kind of know where you are at and kind of feel just from the conversation. Both the higher selves already know where they at. Where is she ready? No. Is he ready? Yeah, but she ain't ready. Okay, well then we gonna split off. She keep on doing what she doing. So, or vice versa. Is he ready? No, she ready? Yeah. So, it's that thing there together. Wherever you are in life, if you see the story, and I'll probably add that onto the master class, no matter where it was, I might add, I'll see if she game to do that, for her to tell a story about her and dad. That'd be a nice project for her. Let me see. For to be able to do that. And she tell the story about the twin flames and how they kind of had came about to be, if she don't get camera shy, how the in and outs, and how you see how the twin flame journey actually goes with that, and how you come together in those things. So that's this it. Don't worry about it. You keep on doing you. They gonna find you. Yeah, remember you connected. It's like, you find out that you're just connected. You just, I mean, if I would go through it, it'd just be 3 hours long to tell you about how the divine masculine and and all you all can share about some times when you could share that down in the comments where you all hadn't heard nothing some kind of way, like bloop bloop. I remember somebody was saying that they didn't even have, oh yeah, I ain't gonna go on that one. Yeah, so you can be able to be able to do that. They can find you. It doesn't matter when it's time. Guess what? Just like I tell people when I do personalized reading, they're like, I need to give you the name and the birthday. I said, you ain't got to give me nothing. I said, because spirit already know you. And like, what? I know at the beginning they don't believe me. And then when I get that reading back and they look at it and they see it, and they're like, oh my gosh, she's for real. This is spirit. This don't have nothing to do with me on that one. And same thing. If I sit here and I could be able to read and know your person and their personality just from my readings, then that means the same thing, that your person could also know where you are. Because spirit knows where you are. So they can lead them and tell them. The thing is, you pray when that moment happens, say, please listen. That's it. And for the divine feminine here, you she's telling the divine masculine, have patience. Just like with this here, you see this here, this is a lotus. Lotus grows in the darkest and murkiest of things, but it's the most beautiful sight of